Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Charlotte Tuesdays. How are you doing today? We're moving on into October. Like it's moving too fast. It kind of really is. And the temperatures are trying to change for some reason and feel like fall that all of you lovely fall people enjoy. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone for now. But I want to welcome you to Show the Tea Tuesdays and to tell you about the resource for today. Are y'all ready? You probably can see it. Well, I don't know if you can see it or read it on the screen or not, but it's called Camp Make a Dream. Have you heard of Camp Make a Dream? So it is. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. So Camp Make a Dream empowers survivors and their families to live with and beyond cancer through life. And through life changing, and it's a Montana experience. It's way up there in Montana. Have you guys ever been in Montana? I haven't. But anyway, so they help them to strengthen their life skills, gain resilience, and develop lifelong lasting relationships. So just imagine going out there to Montana. That's country field. If I'm not, that's a lot of land and I don't know. I could just see a lot of greenery and mountains and all this other stuff. So if you know someone that would like to go to Camp Make a Dream, go visit their website at campdream.org, get more information. I'm going to try to see if I can sign up myself and see what they're all about because I'm curious. I don't know if I'm going to do rock climbing or not. I'm not. Yeah, we're not gonna do all that. But anyways, just go and check them out. Share that resource with someone. And so I'm bringing back my good old friend Tiffany. Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you today?
I'm well. I'm happy to be here.
For a Tuesday, right?
hmm
I know. Monday was testing for me. Was it trying for you, or did you have a pretty good Monday?
Actually, no, I had a good Monday. One of my
Oh,
friends, a friend's sister is in town from Ireland, and I got to spend some time with them
from
before they go.
Ireland?
Yes, yes. Yep, she lives in
Oh
Ireland.
wow.
hmm
I'm sorry. I just found that so fascinating. My mouth is just wide open.
hmm
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. So she's visiting from Ireland.
She's celebrating her 50th birthday. They're all going to, actually, they left today to go to New Orleans. And so she
Oh,
has like a big following on TikTok. She is
oh,
a
cool.
big soap maker, makes tallow, um, uses tallow to make soap. And so her and some of the people that kind of follow her, that have become her community, they're all going to New Orleans to celebrate her birthday. And so I
Oh,
gave them
wow.
I gave them some teal ribbons and these teal bracelets like we have that I gave y'all that just to say thank you because as I shared my story on TikTok, they were really supportive. And so I was like, "Can you give these to them just to say thank you?" So she's like, "Sure." So,
Oh, that's awesome. Now, have
yeah.
you tried her soap? I mean, what kind of is it a one of those soaps that takes all your essential oils out and moisturize you at the same time?
No, so you know what? I actually switched to all of her soaps and my her sister who's my good friend from college makes soaps as well. And so I
Mhm.
stopped using like commercial soaps and started using theirs, especially during my cancer journey the past year, because I don't know if it happened for you, but my skin changed.
Oh, yeah.
Um, and there were some areas of my skin where I like broke out, kind of like in a little bit of like rash, actually. And
Okay.
I think it just had to do with like the dryness, like even though I consumed enough water, it just seemed like it wasn't enough. And there were areas of my skin that started to change. So I switched to their soap and it helped. It really did. It
Oh,
helped.
wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Never going
So
back to other soap.
is it all natural ingredients?
Yes. I
Okay.
can't break down all the ways that she does it, but that's what her whole platform is. And they call her, some people call her like the tallow lady. Um, Yeah, so she will get on TikTok, she gets on lives. And so this is how it all happened. She really kind of opened up her community to me. I was struggling with that insomnia while
Mm,
getting the chemo, but because of the time difference, when I had insomnia, crazy hours between like midnight and 4 a.m., she was starting her day in Ireland and would get on lives and talk to people. So I would just hop on and she'd say, Tiffany, come up. So it worked out. I wasn't alone during those times, so it was good.
oh, well, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna
Mhm.
have to follow her. What's her handle on TikTok?
Let me pull it on up so I can tell you. Because
I need to go
I
back and visit TikTok. I've been kind of slipping on TikTok lately. I don't know if that's
yeah.
a good thing or not.
All I know is I hope they don't get rid of TikTok. I don't want the
Girl, that's a whole nother conversation, isn't it? They 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 trying to ban everything. Ban this, ban that.
Mhm. So if you look her name up, it's just Miranda, Mirenda, Rosenberg, Rosenberg.
Okay.
Um, but it also is her city. Well, it's also her page is also called Homestead Donegal because the city
Okay.
that she lives in Ireland is Donegal. D-O. So Homestead and then Donegal is Donegal.
Yeah. Okay.
There's her picture.
Got it. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, well, I need to be. So that's cool that that you have a cool connection because it's really cool to explore and venture out and try different things, especially with soaps. I have this soap that oh, here it is right here. I had to hide it from Rich. Yeah. Because I bought like 6 bars.
Mhm.
There was this guy in Tulsa at the bike rally, and he was a vendor, and he gave me some uh mango shea butter and
Oh.
uh other shea butter, and then he had this, and so I really like this soap and this sea moss, um,
Oh.
and it's a natural soap. So I said, let me try this soap, especially when it smells good.
And it says it's a cooling body bar.
Yes, like it feels
Hmm.
amazing. So I
Okay.
had I had 6 bars. So I this is my last bar. Now, one of them, you know, my other half decided to use the bar. And because I
Mhm.
did tell him, I said, you should try it. Try it and see. I'm like, I wanted him just to use it just a little bit. Yeah. He took over with the whole soap. Next thing I know, he didn't open up another. I was like, hold on a second. Wait a minute. So that's why I had to hide this other, this my last bar. But anyway,
I
so
see. Well,
I
that's how
reached
you know
out.
it's good.
It is good, and it has little pieces of I don't know if it's the sea moss or because it has vitamin E oil and shea butter. It may be the pieces of the sea moss, but it has like a
Hmm.
what do you call that when it's
Exfoliating.
yes, exfoliating your skin, and I absolutely love it. So I'm
Okay.
hoping, because I kind of reached out to them, so I'm hoping that I can become a distributor because I'm
Yeah.
like, I need your soap.
What's the name of that brand of the company?
Bajen, Bajun,
Okay.
Bajun.
Very nice.
Very nice, and it smells good though. But yes, let me put this back in my stash before I'm on here now and told them. You probably gonna listen, be like, oh, that's where it is. Anyway, so this is the third. So on the third Tuesday, we do have cancer care series. So it's only right that we talk about cancer care and how um we can just kind of be able to help each other and others because someone is going through a cancer experience right now and they are probably at their wits end of what to do and they probably feel alone,
Mhm.
um, and a bunch of other feelings that come a part of, being a cancer patient, we'll put it like that. So with this ball of confusion, because I know I talk about my feelings a lot of how I was overwhelmed and scared and just feeling confused about what exactly is this. Um, but throughout those series of feelings, what do we do with those?
Mm,
You know,
mhm.
because you're not always feeling happy all the time. And I've had people say to me, Renee, you're always so happy, you're always so positive, and you don't look like you've been through anything. And I'm like, girl, you just don't know. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep at night. Sometimes I'm just in the zone, just thinking, you know. But I don't know. So what do you think? What do you do with all these ball of confusion of feelings?
Yeah. I mean, it it can be a lot.
Mhm.
I think I really didn't want to put more weight on the people that I trusted. I kind of wanted to like I felt like I had already put so much on the people that were kind of like holding me up. Um,
Right.
and I mean, to be completely honest with you, there have been some other times in my life where um, I thought people were really there for me, but it's like it only lasts for seemed like a small period, and then there's like this shift where it's too much for them, or I might be too much for them, and it makes me guarded at times.
Right.
Oh, there were times when I might write, maybe journal
Okay.
to try to deal with it. I did also go to therapy, but um, it's weird, like engaging with people and some of the things that they say and how it can make you feel um, just, a lot of shame at times for like what you have to, like what you're going through.
Definitely. Definitely. I can definitely relate to that. When we hear that someone has cancer, don't we look at people different?
Oh, yeah.
I think even before I had my diagnosis, I've had friends and family members that were diagnosed with cancer, and I felt like I didn't look at them differently. But then at at times, I felt like I was probably being overprotective.
Hmm.
Like, hey, are you okay? Do you need something? Do you need me to do something? Okay, what do you need? I can come by. Are you feeling okay? It's like I felt like I was starting to smother them, even though they never said that. But
Hmm.
I was just so worried that, do you have what you need? Um,
That's
and then
tough.
now, yeah, and that is tough. And you mentioned earlier, like how people make statements. When they make those statements, and I don't know, do y'all know what statements we talking about? Because you probably have said it, and you be like, girl, I know that, oh, excuse, well, hell, I done said it now. I know damn well you just say that to me.
Hmm.
But sometimes the statements come out. Um, what is a statement that bothers you, or that has bothered you
Um,
that you've heard?
well, so one of the oh man, this is gonna go with
Uh-oh.
some of the. I'm gonna dip my toe in some of the spiritual side of it, the religious side of it. That cancer is the result of my sin.
What you say? Wait a minute. Girl, hold on, I'm sorry. I just My whole tone has shifted. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Cancer is a result of Mossy.
Right.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Sure.
This this wasn't a pastor that said this.
Mm.
Was it just a person that goes to church, just congregation member or whomever? It
Um,
wasn't someone of the cloth. I should put it like that.
no, I think it was someone who used to go to church, but I don't even think I don't even think they I don't even know if they do go anymore or consistently or what their life looks like now.
Okay.
But I think that it's important for people. So this is what I think. This is my personal opinion. For me,
Yeah.
I would rather I don't want my friends or people close to me or even strangers to like tiptoe around. I do want them to, if you have questions, be direct, ask me the question. Because when you're like hemming and hawing, it's just like, just say it.
Right.
Just say
Oh
it.
yeah.
Right.
Right.
But I also kind of want them to be okay with saying, I'm concerned I might say the wrong thing. And I
Mhm.
don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that part too. But like something like that statement, cancer is a result of your sin or wrongdoing in your life or something like that. Number one, I do not receive it at all. Like, I don't believe that from my life or anybody else's, you know? And I think some people, some people will say things because they want to hurt you. Some people uh, just say what maybe they heard, or maybe
Right.
it makes them feel better about their own lives. Like if they think their life is perfect and they're trying to like wrap their head around how this could have happened. Listen, there's not an answer for all of it. There
Yeah.
isn't. So,
Yeah.
um,
There's not an answer for that. Well, one that struck me is, oh, you don't look like you have cancer.
yeah.
Like, well, what does cancer look like? I didn't know that I had the option to go and pick it out like a wardrobe. What does it look like? I mean, because there are people of all shapes, sizes, colors, and forms that are diagnosed with cancer. So, and
Mhm.
sometimes we assume that if you're real skinny,
Yes.
um, then you have cancer or something. But that's not necessarily that's not the case.
Thank you for
So I
saying
Yeah, I feel like I'm quite sure there's several others that are out there, like statements that people make.
that. Mhm.
Um and at times I feel like they don't know, like you said, they want to tiptoe around, and so they end up making statements that are hurtful,
Yeah.
but they don't think that they're being hurtful. But just imagine if the shoes are on the other foot and someone said that to you, how would you respond? How would you be like, oh, okay? You know, I think sometimes we forget what bedside manner is.
Mhm.
We feel like bedside manner only applies to the doctors, but I think it applies to all of us.
Yeah.
Uh, just to show a little kindness at times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That thing that's the kicker. And kindness goes a long way. And
It does.
I remember one day during my cancer journey, while I was in treatment, I went to a store because I wanted something to eat that tastes good. And
Right.
I had lost, it seemed like I had lost my sense of smell. I couldn't taste anything. And I was so hungry. And I went to the store and there's a breakfast restaurant opens very early. It's called First Watch. I guess hopefully it's okay for me to say that. I don't know the rules. But
You're
I
fine.
went early in the morning and I was, at my worst. I like weighed the most. I had like, I didn't have on my hair. I think I had lost my eyebrows. So I didn't, I stood out in the crowd. And I went into the restaurant and I told the waitress, like, I'm not sure if I'm even going to like this. I'm not even sure how long I'm going to stay here, but I just want to try to see if I can find something I like. And I shared some of I was open and I told her what was going on and she was like, "Oh, it's fine." She was so kind to me and patient and gave recommendations that after it was over, well, I gave her a great tip, but after it was over, I went in my car and it was just like the tears were just flowing because the thoughtfulness of this stranger, to take their time, give tips and recommendations on what to do and whatnot, it just felt like it felt good to be seen and
Mhm.
not treated like cancer was all that makes me up. Like I'm a person even outside of this.
Right. Right. That does make a difference. And did you enjoy what she recommended, or did it
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
you say, "Yeah, I could tell."
Yes, I was so hungry. I was so hungry, and I had never like lost taste like that in my life, and
Mhm.
it was beyond me. Everything tastes nasty. Finally, she had suggested try different types of food to try to see if it would hit different taste
Okay.
buds.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's like, we can try this and try that. And if that doesn't work, I'll take it back, whatever. She was great.
Okay.
And and I still go back there because of it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you that. Have you returned?
Yes, indeed. And it's a big deal. This is another one I want to mention too. So the other night I was hanging out with some friends at a home and we were playing this game and it's a game that requires you to process words to figure out how they're grouped together.
Okay.
And I have brain fog and it is intense. And it's tough when you're used to using your brain all the time. I tell people it's different when your brain is your moneymaker versus your face being your money maker.
Right.
And we were playing this game and I struggled. I mean, I pushed myself to do it, but I couldn't connect the dots. And the group of people that I was with, they are people who were with me through the journey. And
Oh,
they
okay.
laughed. They laughed when I couldn't get these answers. And they're like, come on, Tiff, come on. Like, and I was
So
like, okay.
do they understand what chemo brain is?
And that's the thing. I
Or
don't think people really get it. And here's even some folks who work in professions where okay, chemo brain and brain fog associated with chemo, I think is different than other types of brain fog. So
yeah,
you can have people who can understand that type of brain fog and whatever it comes from, but it's different when it's like the result of this medication,
medicine.
you
Yeah.
know, and also probably a lack of sleep. um,
Right.
but if I'm being completely honest, it hurt my feelings.
Mm,
It hurt my feelings, and I tried to keep going with the game, and there were a couple answers I was able to get, but I think that is the kicker, right? Like when you're going through, at least for me, where I'm going through this, so many folks said things that just like hurt, and I'm like, I don't have the energy to put into like maybe how I don't know if I wouldn't rage out, but like having to take the time and making decisions like, do I want to put forth the effort to address this right now?
right.
Or do I just want to focus on me? And
Right.
some instances I shrunk, and others I did not.
Okay. But that's okay. It just depends on how you feel,
Hmm.
right? Like you
Yes.
said, if you don't have the energy, it's like, why even bother? I'll
Right.
do it some other time. But people don't seem to understand the aftermath of cancer. Because that brain fog and chemo brain is horrible.
Mhm.
It's really horrible. I felt um like I shouldn't even talk.
Mhm.
'Cause my family would come over and they would come over because I was pretty much restricted to the house. But they would come over and visit and they were or either they'll try to talk to me on the phone and they'd be like, I they would try to finish the sentence for me. Like Reggie, he would just finish the sentence for me because I was having a conversation or trying to have a conversation, and then I couldn't get that next word out. And so Reggie would, and I would be like, yes. But it
Mm.
got to the point where I was like, I might as well just not talk because I felt like, I don't know, you don't feel like yourself,
Mhm.
because I can complete a sentence, I can have a conversation with you, but
Yes.
I feel like my words, this how it feels to me. Like I see, how, well, I don't know if you ever seen a teleprompter before,
Mhm.
but you know how you see the words and you're like, okay, da 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 da. That's how it comes across, but then it's like you see them, but it's not coming out your mouth.
Yes.
That's how
Ye
it feels for me. And so I have to try to slow myself down, and that was even getting worse because then all of a sudden I'm stuttering, and I never stuttered before.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't think people understand that the aftermath of treatments, and it's not just okay, we rung the bell and now it's over, we can just move on. We're still trying to figure out how to connect the dots and
Yep.
do what we need to do to be able to live and to function
Mhm.
throughout the day. So what I've started doing is I just pray and I said, Lord, give me the words. Give me the
Yeah.
words so they can come out of my mouth
Yes.
and they'll flow like they need to flow, especially if I'm speaking, because sometimes it'll happen and I'll be like, oh gosh. And when it does happen, I just go ahead and I just explain what took place.
Mhm.
And then I ask somebody, remind me what was the last thing I was talking about. I've kind of done that. It's a little bit easier, but hang in there.
Thank
Hang
you.
in there. I think you do need to tell your friends or buddies, like, hey, let me educate you about something.
Mhm. Yeah.
Just give it more of a teaching moment so that way they can understand, oh, well, I didn't know that. And nine times out of 10, they're gonna say, oh, well, Tip, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, or I didn't think that that's what was happening, you know.
Mhm. I hope
So,
so.
but yeah, tell them. I
Yeah.
encourage you to tell them.
I want to tell you too, I appreciate how you described that or gave that like kind of teleprompter kind of
Hmm.
analogy, uh, because it makes sense to me. And like we've talked about this, this is still all very new. And for me, and I feel like I'm still trying to find the words and understand it and everything. And that makes complete, total, and utter sense to me. Like how you describe it, that makes me like feel not alone either. Um, because there's a lot of things I don't feel like I have had the tools to understand what's happening or how to address it. Do
Mm.
you know? So like I in appointments and things, I'll forget all the time. So and I might not even be able to keep up with writing. So I may ask, is it okay if I record this? Um, and I have to put everything on the calendar.
Yes,
Everything.
everything.
Mhm. I'm like, and if you don't have the patience right now, if you don't have the time, call me back later, sir, man, person, and then I can get my calendar up and we can go over it. But I do thank people who are patient with me, even those that don't know, because I let them know like I look like this which there's nothing upon like visual inspection where you would think, oh, she has brain fog. And I
Right.
let them know afterwards, like, I really appreciate your patience and thoughtfulness with me because I struggle with this brain fog after chemo, and it's
Mm.
hard sometimes to keep up. I make sure to let them know that, so it's not just an assumption made for people who may look or sound a certain way, because a lot of people do that part too.
Right. Right.
And there was something else when you were describing that teleprompter. I thought a lot of, for me, a lot of times it looks like shucks, what's that game where you like you have to like describe a thing and then people have to figure out what it is you're trying to describe, like
Like
like a
charades?
yes, it's
Yeah.
kind of like you charades with me a lot of times.
Okay.
So I don't always have the teleprompter. Sometimes it's like I'm playing charades, just like this. Like, what's the
Hmm.
word that describes this, this, and this? And
Right.
people like, yeah, it's this. I'm like, thank you.
Thank
Uh,
you. That's what I meant
that's
to say. Yeah.
yep, nail on the head.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, if and guys, for this segment, we're not going to be on here long because we know that we had started late. So let's. I just kind of want to share that with you. If you're like, oh, they didn't do a whole hour this time. No, we're not. But we just kind of want to have that short conversation about cancer care because there's so many elements to it. And my goal, my ultimate goal is to have like a cancer care, um, not a booklet, but like a resource to kind of help people understand, like, you may or may not experience this, or this is what you can or cannot do, and this is what could help you. Because you had mentioned about your skin earlier,
Hmm.
and I would bruise so easily.
Yeah.
Just if Reggie grabbed my arm, now all of a sudden I got the handprint.
Oh,
Um, and there was even times where, like, if I scratched my face, I would have lines on my face. Like it was
wow.
just too much, too
Mhm.
much. But it got to the point to where, well, I saw a commercial, Walgreens commercial.
Mhm.
I don't know why it popped up, but it was on TV and it was talking about cancer patients, and they're going through treatment and they want to feel beautiful and come in and talk to our beauty consultant um at Walgreens. Da, 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 da. And I was like, what? I didn't know they had one of those. And I go to Walgreens all the time. Um, and so I decided to actually go in there and I
Mm.
talked to the lady, and I had, because I had a mark. I think it was on this. Yeah, it was on this side. I had a mark from all the way down here, and I was like, "Oh my god, it looks like Wolverine attacked my face."
Oh, oh,
And I was just feeling, I was just feeling self conscious about it, because I don't really wear makeup. I
yeah.
don't really know how to apply it and all that good stuff. But I've learned, and so I went and talked to her about it. I said, "This is bothering me." I said, "I
Mhm.
try to just keep my hands off my face now because anything would make me look like I have a bruise." And so she showed me what to do, and had me buy the makeup brushes and all that fancy stuff. I don't know what it
Mhm.
was. It was like 60 some dollars worth of stuff that I bought. And she just showed me, like, this is how you apply it. This is what you do. Um, And then, like you mentioned about your eyebrows, shoot, my eyebrows was gone trying to draw them on and all that stuff. Girl, yes. But that is a really good resource that I don't think people knew about.
Mm.
And I just happened to, well, the commercial just happened to tell me about it, and I went and talked to them, and she kind of helped me. But I think that's something that, when you're going through treatments, you have so many different things that's happening to your body. You're not for sure if you're going left or right.
Mhm.
And your uh self-esteem and self-confidence plays a major factor, especially if you are a woman. Now, I can't say what it is for the men. Somebody
Mhm.
else have to tell you. But especially if you are a woman, it plays a major factor. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. I
absolutely.
just want to say
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that because I have not, I still have not heard of this. This is new to me.
that.
All of the things you mentioned today, even that can't make a dream, all of it is new to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, it's all new. And that's why I love connecting people with resources because I learned so many different things. And I'm
mhm,
like, wait, I didn't know that. Because there was another teal sister that was telling me that there's different organizations, but there's one organization that will give you a laptop while you're going through like a tablet, I should say. While you're going through treatment, they'll give you a tablet so you can have something to watch or something to do while you're going through treatment. And there's different ones. So I'm working on trying to put all these together because I just feel like this is something that somebody could definitely benefit from,
absolutely.
especially if you don't have the means to. Everybody doesn't have a technology, not a smart device and all these things to watch movies and stuff on. So it
Hmm.
makes a difference. It really does. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Thank
resource is my middle name after search. Well, anyway, Tip, I appreciate you coming on Strategy Tuesdays.
thank
Camille and wait, I'm about to mess up. Kristen. Yeah, I called you out on the show. No, I'm just joking. Anyways, our fellow Teal sisters, they will join us one day. So we're always open to have you on the show. But thank you for coming back again,
thank you.
Tiffany.
Thank
I
you for having me.
appreciate it. And we both rocking teal. Hey.
Yes.
So hopefully you don't have too hard of a week this week. Um, give yourself some grace. She's like, oh God, do I? Yes, you do. Give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
You deserve it each and every day. Okay. Remember that.
Thank you.
Remember
You
that.
too. And thank you for all
Okay.
you do for all of
Yeah.
us.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I try to stay focused on my mission to be intentional, to be insightful, and to be impactful in everything that I do. If I stay focused on them three eyes, then I always feel like I'm being successful. So,
Yes. Love that.
all right. Alrighty. So, you have any encouraging words for us before we sign off for the night?
I just want to say, stay true to who you are because there's no one else that can do what you do and the way that you do it. And we need more yous in the world.
I like that. I think she summed that up quite nicely. All right. So don't forget to follow Share the Tea on all social medias and tune in next week on Share the Tea Tuesdays. Remember to share the tea. Don't spill it. Thank you, Tiffany. You have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.